Planning a wedding comes with timelines, trends, expectations, and a whole lot that couples never see coming. We're two wedding planners pulling back the curtain on what really happens behind I Do. Each week on Behind I Do, we bring you real talk about real weddings, timelines, trends, the wins, and the what ifs. From the smooth as silk celebrations to the did that actually just happen moments, we're sharing the stories, lessons, and insider knowledge that help couples plan with confidence and maybe even laugh along the way. Whether you're a bride, groom, vendor, or wedding lover at heart, this is your backstage pass to the world of weddings, told candidly, graciously, and with the expertise only seasoned planners can offer. Grab your coffee, your planning binder, and your confetti, and join us behind I Do.
Welcome to episode 15, venues we love and why we love them.
Drum roll.
We thought it'd be really fun to just rapid fire through a majority of the venues that we work at year after year and give you a little bit of a brief synopsis. There's a lot of venues to choose from. It also feels sometimes like there's not a lot of venues to choose from. So hopefully this list is a good start for you if you are starting your wedding planning or just want real life experience of what the venue looks, feels like, or why someone would choose to get married there.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Here we go. I don't know.
Number 1 on our list, Deer Flat Ranch in Nampa, Idaho. It is located above Lake Lowell. You can see the lake, and then it is surrounded by farm fields and has this big modern building.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, I think there's a lot of reasons why we love Deer Flat Ranch. I mean, one of the main ones I think is it can fit a lot of people. And it's the way that the owner designed it is just, it's a very big open space, which I think was like, and a lot of windows. So, I mean, it's a lot of natural light. There's a lot of space. There's no random poles. Like,
it was designed, it's one of, if not like one of the only on this list that was truly designed for weddings.
Yes.
So they thought of everything.
He really took a lot of time to like think about it and process it and like make a space that's like you can do a lot with.
Absolutely.
So that's a lot. And I also really like that he put, there's like, there's 6 garage doors, 3 on either side. So it just, that makes it really cool to like feel like an indoor outdoor feel. Like, and again, just adds a lot of lighting. So I think it's super pretty. And like Ali said, all the fields around it, a lot of the couples like because it's great for photo ops. I mean, there's like lavender. They do a ton of lavender out there and like these grassy fields. I don't know what they are, but
alfalfa, carrot seed, this year's mint. It changes every year. So it's kind of fun too, because the backdrop of the ceremony site is one of the fields and the farmers rotate the crops. And so
it's really,
you kind of don't know what you're going to get, better or worse, but it's kind of fun because it does keep the landscape changing.
Yeah.
And they also have a flower farm this year that or last year that they started. So super unique.
A lot of great reasons. We could talk about Deer Flat for a while. But
I love you, Deer Flat. Okay, number 2. The Cottage at River Bend is set in Eagle, Idaho. It is a large property, like acreage-wise, probably like 2 to 3 acres, I would guess. Something like that. 2 acres, maybe. It's set on an offshoot of the Boise River. So the front of it is this renovated Airbnb, the cottage itself, which is like a house / getting ready area / sleepover spot.
Yeah.
And then they have a tent on the upper kind of backyard. And then way below down by the river, they have a huge space to get married and have a massive tent that they just added last year.
Yeah.
Why would you get married there?
I mean, I think it is one of the only that you can stay overnight and the night before. So I think that's why a lot of couples like it, because it's like a whole weekend experience. You get it Friday and you have it till Sunday. So I think that is like a huge like factor why a lot of people like it. I think they just recently added the big tent down by the river. So I think that is like huge. And what I like, and I just love that space down there. It's like like Ali said, a big, huge grassy space as like this big pond down by the river. It's just beautiful, surrounded by trees. The shading is great. So, I mean, I think if you're wanting an outside venue, it's just stunning. And now that they have that large tent, it allows you to have larger capacity and have that coverage of the tent, because the tent up by the house is a little smaller. So the fact that they added the second one, I think, is huge. Yeah. And I also think a lot of couples love that there are those different areas, that it's like you can get married down on the grass by the pond, and then up by the house, a lot of our couples have cocktail hour. and then you come back down to the big tent for dinner. So I think that's what's kind of nice is it has different options for some of those things. But yeah, it's just stunning.
It is so pretty.
It's a really pretty place.
We love it. And it's nice. It's like in town.
In town, yes.
It's one of the few that like feel like conveniently located to a lot of hotels. If you had out-of-state guests, like you can stay in Eagle, people can eat.
Yeah.
A lot of these other ones, like typically people aren't wanting to stay out like near in Nampa or something like that.
Well, yeah, like if you have a lot of out-of-town guests, they stay in like oftentimes downtown Boise. And so the cottage at Riverbend it's in, like Ali said, is an Eagle, but it's not, it's not out in like Caldwell, like so far away from Boise. So it's easy for your guests to get to.
Totally. Okay, our next one's Stillwater Hollow, which is in Nampa, Idaho.
Yep.
And it has a huge barn, and then it has a little white chapel.
So pretty.
Which is so cute, yeah. The white chapel has
like a historic, I mean, we should probably know more about it, but it's like a historical landmark that was like moved there or something. So, I mean, They also are surrounded by sod farms, which is super pretty if you hit it at the right time of year, and you can see the mountains like from the right side of the chapel, which is beautiful. Yeah. They have a massive pond when you walk in, and they have a paved parking lot, which is rare. So yes, I know that's like a new thing that they've recently added, and it was like, because it used to be like a dirt parking lot. So I think that's like a huge plus to this. Like Ali said, I think there's only like 1 or 2 venues that honestly have a paved like parking lot, which
for the guests to park and get all the way into your wedding,
which seems like a wild thing to be like a positive, but like, again, like honestly at this venue a few years ago, it's like, if it rained a ton and it's just like a big mud pit and like or guests were having to walk through it and we're complaining about it. And I'm like, well, I don't know what you want me to do about it.
And you have guests in like heels and long dresses, like tromping through the mud. It just takes away from guest experience.
So yeah, so I mean, that's a positive. I mean, I also I really love Stillwater because I think, again, there's a lot of like areas to do different parts of the wedding. Like some people don't like, because it's a barn, but I think it's such a pretty, they did a really nice job with this barn. I think it's a very pretty, elegant barn. And like with the chapel, I think a lot of people love the chapel because it kind of gives you that church feel, but you're not getting married at a church. So I think that's like a super popular thing. And again, there's a little grassy area where a lot of people will do like cocktail hour that is surrounded by, again, these historic buildings, which are really cool. And like these wildflowers. And
the florals in general are stunning on the property.
And then the flowers next to the big barn, there's a smaller barn where this cocktail hour usually is. And they do like these stunning hanging plants and just the photo ops there are just beautiful.
There's so many options.
And again, that's, I think, another selling point for Stillwater is that they have indoor and outdoor options. So like you can get married. A lot of people get married outside in front of the chapel, or like if it started raining, everyone could sit in the chapel. Some people want to have dinner outside, but if weather's not working, there is the barn that fits everybody inside. So I think that's what's nice is you have the backup plan, which is super helpful. Yeah.
Okay. And right down the road in Nampa is Mint Barrel Barn. It is also paved.
Yeah. There's other paved.
Is a huge old barn that has been restored into a wedding venue. So it's 2 stories. They have phenomenal landscaping as well. They have a huge pond with a large water feature, a super cute silo for the cocktail hour, like bar. And then that little barn that they like sometimes use for apps or like a bar. That's really cute.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like a lot of people who get married here like the barn feel because it is
like a real barn.
It's like
it wasn't built to be a barn.
Yes,
it was a barn,
or it was not built to be a venue. Yeah. It was, but it's. I mean, they've done a really great job of like turning it into a venue. Like Ali said, I think a big draw to them is like their landscape. Like it's super pretty. There's a couple different options for outdoor ceremony. I think it's super pretty and. Again, on the inside in the barn, it is like a cool barn feel. And so if that's your vibe, it's like really cool inside. And then they have that little, what is that kitchen?
It's like an alley kitchen.
Like an alley kitchen, that's the word. But they just did a really nice job of it. And it's upstairs where like you would sit. And then downstairs they have a cute bridal suite and like a game room.
For kids. It's like an awesome like family venue.
Yes, they did a really good job. But it like we said, it is more of that barn feel. So I feel like a lot of couples that get married, they're kind of like that more Western
Yeah. Like
Barn
real
feel.
wood barn.
Yeah.
Like pretty.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, our next one's in Boise, which is the train depot, which is located as you're coming into Boise, like on the bench. So it looks over the city. You can look straight up to Bogus, all the way down to the Capitol building. It's kind of like Santa Barbara Mission style on the outside. It truly was Boise's like train stop. And they've kept a lot of the train tracks still actually are in use, and then they've kept some cute like memorabilia like the train schedule, and then they have the bell tower.
Yeah. Some history, little nooks.
Yeah
People can kind of learn about the depot when it was like active.
They have the built-in pews, which we've used for seating. What else? The fish, like they have ponds and stuff in the front.
Yeah. It's really pretty landscaping.
Really pretty, and it's in town, like directly above downtown. People can walk there from their hotel.
Yeah, so I mean, why we love the train depot, I think, or why couples love the train depot, I think, because it overlooks downtown Boise. I think it's a beautiful, like, and especially if you have a lot of out of town guests, like it's a great, again, people are staying in downtown Boise. It's really easy to get to, but it gives them just like a beautiful view of like our city. So I think that's why a lot of people like it. It is kind of like a blank canvas. Like, I mean, you have to bring everything in. So I think that's why a lot of couples like it too. It's like, you know, they can kind of do with it what they want.
Yeah, style, because they don't include like tables and chairs. So you could bring in a unique chair style or do bench seating or. Yeah.
And it's like, it is a historical building. I mean, I think that's, you know, a lot of our couples too, like are, you know, if they're born and raised here, like it's just a cool.
Iconic building in Boise.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I'd also say it's one of our more affordable options. You do have to bring everything in. So there's a caveat there, but it definitely is. But
it is way more affordable because it's owned by the city. Yeah. So, but again, like Ali said, that's, you have to bring everything. And then also like they are a little stricter.
Yeah.
On some of the rules since they are owned by the city, but very affordable.
Yes. Okay. The next one is going to be Barber Park. This is like I think they call it pavilion or center. I don't know. It has an indoor outdoor component. It's on the Boise River, right where you would put in to float the Boise River.
Yeah. Super pretty. I think, again, a lot of people like this one because it's city owned. So it, again, is very affordable. Like we said, though, there is that caveat of like, they're a little stricter on certain things that you can and can't do.
This one has tables and chairs.
But this one does have tables and chairs included. Like Ali said, there's like an outdoor covered area for ceremony.
Like a pergola. It's really pretty.
It's really pretty. And then an inside space with like a fire, I almost said fire pit, but a
fireplace. I'm like, what is it called? A fireplace.
But yeah, so I mean,
which is beautiful, like winter, fall. Yeah. We had a snowy wedding there.
Oh my gosh. I didn't think we were going to get out of that one though.
We almost got snowed in and it was amazing.
Yeah. It's because I mean, the two sides of the building where you would have reception are all windows. So it's really pretty. And like Ali said, it's right by the river. So it's, again, if you have a lot of out of town guests, like it's a really pretty space to kind of show them the Boise River. And again, it's pretty easy to get to. It's not that far from, I mean, it's super close to downtown Boise. So it's a really pretty park venue. And I mean, and there is like a getting ready area, lots of parking. Oh, this one has a paved parking lot too.
It does.
Since it's city
and train depot.
Yeah.
The list is growing. Okay. Our next one is Vintage Rose back in Nampa. This is set at like a home setting, like a home venue. So you kind of drive. I mean, you would never know it's there. First of all, it's like a totally hidden little gem.
It is.
But you drive around to the back and they have a beautiful ceremony site and then a big tent.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think a lot of couples love this venue. I mean, again, it's kind of like, I mean, it's like a garden. Like you're like where the ceremony is, you're surrounded by like greenery and trees and like Ali said, it is like a hidden gem. Like you would not think it's there. And honestly, their house is like so cool and pretty. Like I really just want to go in the house. But it's just, it's super like secluded and it feels like you're just like in a completely different place. I think that's why a lot of couples fall in love with it. Cause I think at first, you know, you're kind of like, where am I going? But once you're in there, it's just like this whole new place and it's super pretty. And like Ali said, there is a tent on site, which is always there for like the reception. So again, it adds like a nice, you know, depending on weather, it gives you that option of like making sure your, you know, guests aren't going to get rained on or whatever for dinner.
Good
So,
getting ready space.
Yeah, the
for groom
and bride getting ready space, and like, yeah, photo ops are just really pretty. It's a really pretty garden.
Also, they have bathrooms included, which was something we didn't. I mean, not that it really matters, but but the cottage at Riverbend is just something you have to think about is like adding bathrooms, or they have porta potties. But if you want like a nice bathroom, it's nice that the Vintage Rose,
they're included. They have 2 restrooms,
included, which is great. Okay, our next one is Garmin Hill. It is in
Wilder, I think.
Technically.
Yeah.
It sits up. It's a home, another home one. It sits up on this huge bluff overlooking a massive valley in front of it.
Homedale. Is that it's Homedale, right?
You're the girl that would know that part of the state better than me.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful. It's surrounded by farm.
Yeah.
She has a gorgeous pool, which is like the prettiest setting for a cocktail hour.
Yeah.
And I think a few ceremony locations.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I think a lot of couples, this is a newer one, but I think why couples are drawn to this one is it is all outdoor. So this one doesn't have like tents or anything like that. So, you'd have to bring that in depending on weather, but there are like multiple spots for ceremony and reception. They just redid this little shed barn. I'm probably butchering it, but they redid it, and it's like a spot for like, there's like a little kitchenette. It can be like a groom's room. So that's really nice that they redid that. And you can have a lot of people out here. I mean, I think you can have up to like 300-400 people, which is nice. And then in the house downstairs, like Ali said, there's the pool, but then you also have access to like it's like the bridal suite, I think, but there's 2 rooms in there and a bathroom. So I think you have the option to potentially stay either the night before or the night of. So that's what's kind of nice too, having that option. And yeah, like Ali said, the view is just stunning. Like where one of the spots we're going to have the ceremony, I mean, you're just like Ali said, overlooking these like vineyards in this town down below, and it's stunning.
Yeah. And the sunsets are like incredible. It's gorgeous.
Super pretty.
Okay. Our next one is White Barn in Emmett. It's a white barn. That's beautiful. It has a getting ready room upstairs, and then they have just invested tons. It was actually they built it for their kids to get married in, and then turned it into a wedding venue. But they have now since added a black barn as well for another getting ready space, and then they've just continued to like do the most insane landscaping, and it's just beautifully manicured.
Yeah. I think and like why people love this one, or why we also love it too, is, I mean, it is beautiful. They did a great job. It's definitely more of like a modern barn.
Yes.
I mean, it's still a barn. And so some of our couples like, I don't want to get married in a barn, but this one is definitely more like modern, and they did a great job. Yeah. With, like Ali said, landscaping. There's multiple spots outside for ceremony, cocktail hour options. And then usually reception is inside the white barn. Ali said the upstairs bridal suite is stunning. It's also can be like an Airbnb style where you can stay there the night before or night of, which is super nice. And then I think another big factor is, I mean, there's no venue that I can think of that has a groom's room like this one.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like a golf simulator in it. There's a secret room. I mean, it's really cool. So they just did a really nice job. I think making sure to include, making sure there's 2 getting ready spaces for both, getting married. Because a lot of people, or a lot of venues, it's like there's a really nice like bridal suite, but then it's like there's not really a second option. So they did a really good job there. And yeah, it's just really pretty.
Yeah.
Really well done.
So pretty. Another one in Emmett that we love is 4th Street Gardens. This is yet again another home, where it's a home. And then
But nobody lives at this one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And we do think this is potentially Airbnb available.
I think that's what they're moving towards, but I don't think you can.
Maybe not yet. And it is just like also just the sweetest little tucked in space where you are driving around farm fields, and all of a sudden there's all these trees in the back, and where you can there's a ceremony site up closer to the house that's perfectly manicured gardens, and then you go to the reception area on the back side of the property, and it's just like tucked into this little grove of trees. It's
super
really pretty.
Yeah, I mean, I really think, again, it's definitely like a garden feel.
Yes.
And like what's pretty about the ceremony spot is it's literally like there's like a row where it's like a walkway, and on either side are like these trees, and then guests sit on the other side of the trees, if that makes sense. Like it's so pretty. So the bride walks down, or groom, or bride, groom walk down this like row of like trees, and it's just so stunning.
Yeah, the photos are like very magical and
like
fairy tale.
Yeah,
like
crazy. And then that's what I think is cool too, is then that's where like, you know, the ceremony often is, and then it's like then guests get then transported to walk back to the reception space, which is like a whole other experience, like this beautiful green enclosed space with like that, it's like a little pond, and then there's like a little dance floor walk. You walk over this walkway, and it's like a dance floor kind of like over the pond. It's like really pretty. And the new owners do a really good job of just like upkeeping the landscape and making it super pretty. And you know, there is also like a getting ready area, and I do think they are
getting ready area.
It is huge. And I think their plan is they are like renovating the house potentially for that, and or like, I mean, having like a second space to get ready. So it's a really pretty, I feel like another hidden gem that you wouldn't expect until you walk the space.
You would pull up there and you'd be like, where are we?
Yeah.
Then you'd really drive around. And they also have a pool deck that I think you can use potentially.
Yeah. I mean, I know the owners before like didn't really upkeep it, but I think like, that's potentially on the plans.
Yeah. It's just beautiful. A beautiful home. Okay. The next one in Emmett is Magnolia Cottage, which now I think they've changed the name to Magnolia Reserve, but
yes. Yep.
Which is, another barn in Emmett. Different looking from the white barn, like modern in a different way. More, like the white barn in Emmett's more like farmhouse modern, whereas this is like more of a modern barn. I don't know if that makes sense, but they're different.
It's a different vibe of a barn for sure.
Yeah.
And I think what people love about this one is the one side of it has like big giant windows, and it like
floor to ceiling
with this floor to ceiling. So I think that is like super like a good selling point. And then around it is just like lots of grass space for like lots of ceremony options. So it is really pretty. And I know these new owners added more like concrete slabs on the one side
for cocktail
hour and like lighting, and they did a really good job there. And like
there's a new water feature.
Yeah, they've redone the landscaping, so it's really pretty, and you're surrounded by, you know, honestly like a lot of animal, like
people
livestock,
with cattle and like the llamas, and right, aren't they llamas?
Yeah,
on the one backside,
llamas or whatever the other alpacas. I don't know the difference, but it is really pretty.
It's like a very country. Like, but clean country. Like, it just feels like pretty and clean, but you feel like you're in the middle of nowhere.
And I think another thing that a lot of couples that get married here like is that it is a little smaller, which that might sound like a negative thing, but I think that's why some of the couples that don't want to have a 200+ wedding and don't want to spend $10,000 on a venue, that's what's nice about Magnolia, is it's a little smaller, and it's, you know, it's more, a little more intimate and cozy and pretty, and just, I mean, it just has that really nice feel of having a little more of an intimate wedding.
Yeah.
In a pretty setting.
We love smaller weddings. We're huge fans. And if you try to do a smaller wedding at a really large venue that holds 300 to 400 people, it can be hard to make that space feel cozy and warm like you want it to. And so this is a perfect like mid-size option for, you know, if you have, I mean, we've done 50-person wedding there, and it is beautiful. Yeah. Like, you have room for everything and everyone. It's really nice.
Yeah. It was super nice.
Okay. Back to Boise. We don't know how to pronounce it, whether it's Stuckel or Stuckel. We've heard both, but it's the Sky Center at Boise State. It's a huge tower. You go up into it and you can overlook the Boise State, like blue turf, or all of downtown Boise. Yeah. And you can see the sunset, sunrise, like it's really pretty, beautiful windows.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think why people love this venue is, if you're a big Boise State fan, I think a lot of people love that, their guests are going to be able to look down and see the blue turf.
And even you can walk on the blue turf.
Which is cool. Yeah. I'm not a Boise State fan, so I don't quite understand it, but I think that.
Go Vandals.
Yeah. Go Vandals. But I think that, it is super cool. I think especially again, out of town guests, that is a cool experience, or even in town guests who are big Boise State fans, that is really cool experience for them. And again, I think the view of downtown is really pretty. You can see so much of downtown and
into the foothills.
Yeah. It's just a really pretty. So I think that's what is a big selling point for a lot of couples that get married there. And I think too, there's catering and bar and everything's included. Yeah. So it's super huge. That's nice that it's all included.
It's one of our most inclusive venues in town.
Yeah, which is super nice. And I think too, again, it's so close to downtown. So it's it's nice for your guests. So yeah, I think those are some of the big reasons why a lot of people get married there.
Yeah, it's a good one. Okay, we have St. Chapelle, which is one of the biggest wineries in Idaho, I would say. And it is out it's called Sunny Slope, our Sunny Slope region. It's a trek.
Well, yeah. It is a trek
to get there, but beautiful. They have building on site that's small, so you could do some sort of small private intimate event there, or they just have these huge grassy knoll
with massive trees, and it's beautiful. Yeah,
beautiful. And that pavilion that you can dance under. And then they have a lower lawn that you can rent as well. You can do ceremony there, which right behind your arbor would be all of the vineyards. So
yeah, it's really pretty.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And I think, why people get married here, what we love about it, it is just beautiful. It's just, you're out. There's just so much scenery and things to look at. And it's just this open space. So I think it's super pretty. Like we said, there's lots of options of how you want to set up the space. And I think another big thing too is that like pavilion place, it's a fun, if you have a band or it's a dance floor, and it's, super pretty.
Yeah, it's an anchor for the ceremony area.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's a good one. Okay, back in downtown Boise, we have The Lively, which is actually a restaurant, which was converted, I think, from an old bank building. Yeah. So there's 2 stories to it. The main bar is downstairs, and then upstairs is an open kitchen where you can see people cooking, and they have a little private dining space up there. But right in downtown Boise, a block from the Capitol building.
Yeah. Yeah. So, this one, I think the perks are for sure. It's like we said, it's right downtown, which is super nice. So people can stay there and literally just walk to it, which is super nice for your guests. Again, they have, catering and bar is all included. So I think that's what's super nice. And another perk to them too, is it's you don't really need to tables, chairs, it's all built into the space, and cutlery and plates, everything is all there. So I think that's what a lot of couples love, is it's kind of all inclusive.
One-stop shop,
everything is there.
Included in your buyout of the restaurant.
Yeah. So if you buy it all out, it's super nice. There also is a really cute little speakeasy bar where the grooms usually hang out. So that's really fun. And it's just stunning. The building is stunning.
It's super modern, San Francisco, New York, LA vibe. So I feel for Boise too, it feels really sophisticated and
very elevated.
Wallpaper on all the walls. It's very moody, dark. Yeah. They have a gorgeous wraparound staircase that you get married under.
The bride usually comes down that to come to the ceremony. It is really pretty.
Yeah. Super fun one. Okay, the next one is H5, which is a family ranch up in Garden Valley. And it's nothing you've ever seen before.
Yeah, big barn. It's a big barn with and then there's the giant house that is their family house that has I don't know. I'm probably going to butcher it.
12 bedrooms.
Yeah, it's
like that.
Beautiful. And then
a gym, pool.
Yeah, pool, all the things. And then a big field. So I think what a lot of couples... So this is a newer venue, and they don't do a ton of weddings every year. But I think what a lot of our couples that have gotten married there, what people like or what we like about it is, you have access to that house. So if you want it, so you and your family and, people
wedding
can
party.
Stay up there. There's stunning options for ceremony. It literally, you are in the the mountains. Like it's stunning. So there's lots of pretty options for like ceremony. So if you definitely are like an outdoorsy person, like it's so pretty. The barn is super cool. They have different rooms that have different meanings to their family. They just did a really good job creating this space, and it's so cool to like go up there and experience it and get to know, you know, their family and kind of, you know, how intentional so much of what they've created is. So it's just beautiful. And they're so just beautiful. Truly the nicest family. Like I have loved getting the opportunity to like know them, and like, you know, it's almost like feels like I feel honored that we get to like be up there and do like a wedding. So it's just beautiful. Beautiful.
And like, if you are someone who like loves the outdoors or wildlife, like we've seen deer and elk and I mean, they have everything on that property. It's just stunning.
Yeah. And they for sure go above and beyond like for you. I mean, they have
like activities like you can like pick from. And I mean, really just cool. A fun, when you think of like a wedding weekend experience, like I think that would be such a dream come true.
For sure.
That's a great one. Okay. We're going to go out of town now to Trail Creek up in Sun Valley.
Yeah. Are you going to describe it?
Sorry. I'm like, it's my favorite. It's where I wanted to get married. It's my favorite, like, venue. It's beautiful. It's at the end outside of, after you leave, like, actual Sun Valley. So it feels remote, even though it's like 10 minutes out of town or 5 minutes out of town. It's really not very far.
Yeah.
But it has a historic old cabin on it. That's actually the Trail Creek cabin. And then they have a lower lawn and an upper lawn. We typically do most of our stuff on the upper lawn, but I've seen stuff on the lower lawn that's absolutely incredible. The like actual Trail Creek runs through the property, so there's water going, and then you have this huge, massive tent built on paver patio. So that's beautiful. And then the ceremony is directly looking into like Baldy Ski Resort. Like the actual Sun Valley, like mountains. Yeah. So it's just this beautiful backdrop. And they, of course, keep up their landscaping perfectly. And it's gorgeous.
Yeah. I mean, and why we love Trail Creek, I mean, they just are like a well-oiled machine. Like they do a great job. They're great to work with. Again, it's like a lot is included: food, bar, you know, I mean, tables, chairs, cutlery, linen, like all that kind of stuff is like included, which is super nice. And I think a lot of couples, why they love getting married there is it's a very outdoorsy, beautiful feel. And most our couples who get married there, I feel like have some sort of connection to Sun Valley. Either they grew up going there skiing, or they have a family home there. Like they just have some sort of connection with it usually, or they just are really big skiers. So, and again, I think having those two options, like Ali said, that lower lawn and upper lawn, it's like I've had a wedding where they did like cocktail hour down on the lower lawn. Ceremony was on the upper lawn. So they're on the upper lawn for ceremony, go down for cocktail, and then come back up to the tent for dinner. So it's just kind of, again, almost getting that change of scenery a little bit is really nice. And it's just like Ali said, the view of where the ceremony is like stunning.
We also did this winter, like a really romantic rehearsal dinner in there. And that was fun.
Yeah, that was, in the cabin.
In the cabin, really like, which we've never used the cabin because in the summer it feels so pointless because everything outside is so stunning.
Right.
But it was really cozy and intimate for a rehearsal dinner.
It was really pretty.
They have these huge fires going. And
it was so pretty. And like Ali said, that tent is huge, so it's super nice.
Yeah, you could fit a ton of people in there. The next one in Sun Valley is Roundhouse / River Run. So this is their actual like base of one side of their ski resort is actually called River Run. And then halfway up the mountain is this round house that is literally like a round building that is typically used just as a ski, like midway ski lodge. So they have
eat up there and
bar and food there. And they have a huge patio. That's typically where you get married, is like out on the deck. And then they have a great interior with a huge fireplace. And then it also has a downstairs bar that we've used for dancing before.
Yeah. Or then, if you go back down the mountain to the lodge, it's like a big...
River Run is, a huge ski lodge. That does have pillars everywhere. It was not built to be a wedding venue, but definitely makes a good one. It's beautiful. It's
historic.
like a grand lodge.
Yeah.
Like everything is huge. They have these huge wide stairs going upstairs that like the couple can come down for like a really grand entrance.
Yeah.
A huge bar, like way larger than life needed.
That's
you have like
massive.
4 sides to the bar. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. And
beautiful.
again, I think same with like Trail Creek, like a lot of, because both of these are owned by the Sun Valley Resort. And so I think that's a lot of couples, again, this one, it's like they're big skiers. They have connections with Sun Valley. So I think that's usually a big drawing point of why people like love getting married here. But I like what I love about it, I really think it's cool that you can, again, have that different like locations of things, and like your guests get to like ride the gondola up to Roundhouse, which is like super cool. So I think that's like a big drawing point for this versus like instead of like Trail Creek, it's just like a different vibe.
Totally.
And like up at Roundhouse, like it's so cool. Like you're overlooking Sun Valley and like Ketchum. Like it's just so cool. And like Ali said, you can get married on the patio, or there's like a lower spot
Oh yeah, the lower
that
deck.
we've used, and it's just stunning. And again, it's a very outdoor vibe, but it's like we said, most
like
are
luxury outdoor.
yes, like
combo.
really, yeah.
Yeah.
And inside that Roundhouse, like Ali said, there's a fireplace, and it's like literally in the center, and the tables are around it. So we've had people literally have ceremony and dinner up there,
Yeah.
which is super pretty. But you know, or we've had ceremony up at Roundhouse, and then your guests go back down the gondola, and like they eat dinner down at River Run. Like it's just a cool, like older, nice ski resort vibe. Like it's just really a cool experience.
Yeah.
And again, everything's like included, like food, bar, tables, all that kind of stuff. So it's super
Yes.
nice.
Makes your planning like so easy.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're gonna go to McCall. We have Shore Lodge, which is McCall's nicest hotel. It's right on Payette Lake. It's beautiful. They have weddings well managed, where they have like an upper room, a lower room, and then a patio also that you can utilize. So they have multiple spaces. Typically, we see ceremony downstairs, dinner upstairs, dancing back downstairs, cocktail hour on the patio if weather permitting.
Right.
It's kind of how we've seen it done, but
Yeah. Yeah. And again, I think with Shore Lodge, a lot of couples, again, have some tie to McCall. I think that's a lot of the couples, that's why they pick it. But it is also just like, a nice resort that is close-ish to Boise.
yeah.
And I mean, like Ali said, like they have a really, really well-oiled machine up there. And it's, I think another reason couples love it, or we love it, like Ali said, it overlooks the lake, and it's just stunning. Even like winter or summer, like it's like
Year round, it's a
where the
beautiful venue.
ceremony is. It's like a wall of windows, and literally the lake is like right there.
3 feet away.
Like
it's
like
so
it's
pretty.
so pretty. So
It
it's
sort of looks like you're getting married on the water.
Yeah, it does.
Like when you're taking the photos, because
Yeah.
you can't even see that little walkway.
yeah, it's gorgeous. So again, like we've had like couples that love it because it's a great winter setting, or we've had couples that then, because they've spent summers up there, and then afterwards they go out in a boat and take photos on a boat, like on the lake. So it's a really cool experience. And again, like Ali said, you can have ceremony downstairs, a nice formal dinner upstairs, and then everyone comes back down to like dance.
Yeah.
So it is a really cool. And then you can obviously have like room blocks right there attached to where you're getting married. So a lot of your guests can stay right there at Shore Lodge, which
And
is
you
nice.
stay there that night, which is like
Yeah.
amazing.
Super nice.
Okay, our next one up that way is Tamarack, which is in Donley, which is, if you're coming from Boise, it's on your way to McCall.
Yeah.
And it's another ski resort. All these.
All these ski resorts. Yeah. I mean, I love Tamarack a lot. I mean, Shore Lodge and Tamarack are a similar, like we said, they're kind of that like mountainy experience. But what I love about Tamarack is it also has like a little chapel on site. So you have a little chapel, and then there's like a center outdoor space, and then you have this big room where typically dinner takes place. So I think that's why a lot of couples love it, and it's like at the base of the ski hill. So it's a really pretty view. Again, you have that chapel that kind of gives you like the wedding vibe, or the church vibe.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a stunning chapel. Like it's so pretty. And then, like I said, then you have that outdoor space that can be for cocktail hour, or where if the weather is nice, where people do dinner.
Yeah.
And you have string lights over it, and you're kind of surrounded by the chapel and the 2 other white buildings. So it's really pretty with the ski hill behind you. And then they also have like off to the side, like a little green grass patch that a lot of people will also do cocktail hour in. And I think a lot of people also like Tamarack because, again, you're getting that ski vibe. But then at 10 o'clock, usually around here, like venues close and you have to like be done. So like, let's say you're doing dinner and stuff outside at 10, you can move into like their Grange Hall where sometimes, again, where people do dinner, but that could be like your late night dancing and you can go in there and dance until like midnight. So it's kind of a nice option. And again, just you're getting those different scenery options for your guests to experience. So it's a really cool vibe. They also, again, have catering, bar, tables, chairs, all like your place settings. So it is kind of nice, again, to have that all included.
Yeah, it's beautiful. To wrap up our list, we have Brundage, which is north of McCall, like on your way to New Meadows. And it's another ski resort.
Yep. Yeah.
We haven't been up there in a few years, and I think they have updated some things.
Yeah.
But it's just similar to the other ski resorts where it's just a like gorgeous view.
Yeah.
Because you get all the height when you go up the or the right.
Yeah. The ski lift.
The ride. The ride. Which is actually so fun. Like to be a guest at a wedding and like you're all dolled up and you get on the ski lift and like
it's kind of fun, yeah.
all the way up the mountain. So you get a gorgeous view up there.
Yeah. I mean, I think, again, a lot of people that get married at Brundage are big skiers.
Yep.
There's a theme, obviously, with these ski resorts. But it is probably the most popular ski resort or ski hill in Idaho.
On that side, yeah.
Yeah, on that side. So I think that's like if you're from Boise and you kind of are wanting to go like up towards Tamarack, Shore Lodge, that area, a lot of people, you know, if you're a skier, go to Brundage.
Yes.
You know, over like Bogus, over Tamarack, I think Brundage is very popular. So if, you know, if you're big skiers, that's like pretty common. And again, it's just that outdoor feel of like getting married outside and giving your guests the experience of, you know, again, getting married on a ski resort. So I think that's pretty common. And it's just really pretty.
Yeah. Beautiful.
So
beautiful. Okay, that wraps up our rapid fire venue questions.
Rapid fire.
If you're a venue and you didn't make the list, we still love you, but there's so many.
There's so many.
From. These are ones that we work at pretty
a lot,
frequently.
yeah. And just we were trying to get a good range for you, those of you out there who are getting married and trying to find a venue, just to kind of think about different options. But there's so much out there, and again, that's why I think it's important to, like we always say, hire a planner who can kind of help guide you and help you find these different venues that, you know, might be these hidden gems that you didn't even consider.
That totally like fit your unique personality or your style as a couple.
Yeah. And we can, go. I was just gonna say, we can give you lots of insight of why we love them. And honestly, not to be negative, but also just like the flip side of stuff, like that might be super important to you that, you know, this venue might not be a good fit because of X, Y, and Z.
They might not allow open flames because they're a fire hazard or, you know, things that are important to you like that. We can help walk you through. Yeah. So if there is a venue that we didn't list that you have questions about, reach out to us. We've worked at almost all of them.
Yeah, we're happy to help.
We love our venues.
We do. Cheers.